Hey everybody, I'm Jack. This is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready for a good productive week. I am. I had a lazy weekend myself. Watched a little football yesterday. I'm doing a couple of videos today and just kind of getting ready for the week, preparing a little bit myself, getting my thoughts together. But today I want to talk about the raw food diet, exercise, and weight gain. I do videos every day, so if you haven't already done it, go down there and hit that red subscribe button now, and then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. Before I even start, these are like some observations. I don't even have any like conclusions here. Like I say, this is just an experiment, and as I observe things and notice things and question myself, I like to share it. So it just kind of is what it is. I was thinking, this kind of actually popped into my head yesterday and I started thinking about it, and it came back today. You know, for the last, man, time goes by so fast. For the last, let's see, September, October, November, we're getting close to the end of November. Almost for 3 months since I came back from Woodstock, you know, I've had this body issue and I have not been up to 100% at all. I have not been exercising at all. The most exercise I do is maybe a lap around the park when I go down there in the afternoon. So basically, I would say for the past 2.5 months, no exercise whatsoever, and I've gotten pretty fat, haven't I? No. So what I'm observing here is it is really more about the food. It's more about the food than that fanatic exercise stuff. And I mean, I knew that already. I'm not saying that was a total shock to me, but I'm not sure if I'm maybe taking in, you know, since I'm not exercising, I'm taking in less calories. My body's calling for more calories, or if it just all kind of melds and comes together like it's supposed to. I have not, let's see, over those past 3 months, I maybe have gained 2 pounds, and that just depends on what day I step on the scales. And that's just because some days I say, okay, you got to eat some more. You got to eat some more. So it's not that fanatic, just going to the gym, doing exercise, burning every day. Now, this is not a video, please understand, this is not a video to discourage exercise and say that we don't need to exercise or move our body. I'm just saying, I'm just taking some observations here that I've gone from, you know, all of a sudden, and you hear about people like this all the time, like an athlete getting injured or somebody else is very active getting sidelined, and they tend to put on weight. Me, no, I'm right about the same thing on the scale, depending, like I say, on what morning I get up, as I was back during the summer. I have to work to add, you know, to put on weight on this lifestyle. So that's what I always go back to, you know, why? Why? Is it because I keep my diet fairly low fat? And let me explain that too, because people just pull little things out. Everything people say, it's a microcosm. Don't, you know, I talk about the fat, and I talk about the fact lower fat. I'm not being extreme. We do need fat, and I'm not talking about not taking in any overt fat. In fact, there's some days I just made a little something for Instagram that I put 2 tablespoons of almond butter in. But if you would say overall, I'm low fat, lowish fat, have to, and I think that's just a part of it. I don't eat a lot of processed food. So most of my food, you know, and right now I'm not getting a lot of other fruits and vegetables. It's very heavy bananas right now, kale, spinach. You know, I've had a couple of mangoes a day the last 2 days, but yeah, I find myself almost like getting to the afternoon sometime, and I think a lot of that is, and it just makes sense, is it's just like I just don't have the same appetite. So there's even days not exercising where I get to the end of the day and I'm just like, shit, I need to get some more calories in, but I'm just not really hungry. So I don't know. Once again, I'm not really putting any conclusions out there other than it's always going to be about what we're putting into our body, what's put in and what's burned. Now, like I say, I don't necessarily think, I haven't been restricting or I haven't been purposely eating less But probably if I was writing down things, like I told people to write down things, that I would probably notice. I could probably go back and see more days where I was probably coming closer to the lower end of my calorie range, like 25 to 2,700, than to 3,000. Because and I'll tell you something, it's because I'm actually working to make sure that I eat enough each day. Just left to my own devices, I'd lose weight. I'd lose weight. Food, you know, I like food. I'm up and down. Sometimes I'm hungry, but I don't always have that much of an appetite. Or I have an appetite, but I don't necessarily need to feed that appetite. Like there's times where, I don't know if laziness wears out. There's a couple of times, you know, I eat my dinner very early. I eat my dinner sometimes 4:30 in the afternoon. And there's times at night where I get just that little hunger pain. I'm like, wait, I want something to eat. I want something to eat. The reason I don't eat at that point is because I'm too lazy to just get out of bed or get off the couch or whatever. But let me add though, there can be a difference there if you're doing a lot of exercise or you're doing a lot of cardio moving your body. Because the reason I had to think about that and throw that part in there was, yes, when I was doing a lot of movement, I don't know if I'd actually call it cardio because my heart didn't get up, but I know I was burning a whole bunch of calories during the summer because when I was walking, when I was walking every day, I was averaging about 3 or 4 miles a day for a couple of months. Then, yeah, that got a little obsessive, and I did kind of notice my weight dropping a little bit. But like I say, for me, I mostly maintain just by eating. I would not recommend, you know, I always recommend getting out and moving your body some, because what's going to happen is you may not gain actual pounds weight, but I think when we're moving our body, we're working out, we're exercising, flexing those muscles a little bit, getting it in, that we're going to be more toned. I mean, you know, I remember back to my early days on this journey. In fact, somebody shared one of my videos the other day, and I looked at myself, and I was kind of, I won't say skinny fat, but I was kind of skinny soft. Like now, and hey, you know, your mileage may vary. I'm 54 years old. I feel like I'm a lot more solid, a lot more toned than I was back then. But just the actual weight, I kind of got, you know, I've been going to a gym or working out my whole life. When I first came to this lifestyle, I kind of liked the fact that it was just all the food. My weight was dropping anyway. And I probably didn't exercise other than walking the city where I was, I probably didn't exercise for like the first year and a half. I'm trying to think. Probably at least a year and a half. And yeah, I could tell. I go back through those photos, and it's very much like you see no definition. Not like I'm Mr. Cut right now, but you see no definition, no muscle tone. I just looked, you know, kind of saggy here and there, but I was still wearing about the same size pants that I do now. It was just, you know, redistribution of that weight. So I don't know. What is the conclusion of this going to be? I don't know. Like I say, I'm just giving you my observations. But I don't think you, like this fanatic stuff, you don't need, you know, that's what I used to do. That's how I used to cut weight when I would get a little, you know, heavier than I wanted to be. I'd go back to the gym and I would do cardio every day, even after my regular weight workout, every day. Got tired of doing that. And it would always take me a while. It was almost like, you know, you go for a while. It's like jacking your metabolism up. You do something for the first week or two and you don't see many results, but then that metabolism, you know, speeds up. But yeah, with this lifestyle, eating fresh fruits and vegetables, whole plant-based foods, and I don't attribute it so much to the raw, it's just to the whole plant-based foods. If you're doing cooked out there, I think you could have the same results, or I think the same thing could be said as long as you're using whole plant foods, keeping your fat low, and not adding a bunch of processed stuff in there. So it's just a great lifestyle. I've found my little niche. I've found what works for me. Even if it has nothing to do with this YouTube stuff or having a brand or having a channel or all that kind of stuff. Even if I didn't do any of that stuff, I found what works for me for the first time in my life. And I didn't find it until I was 48 years old. I mean, I've done it all. Like, you know, don't babble at me like some of these people coming at these other vegans out there. See, I've had experience. I've eaten sad. I've eaten, you know, where I'm eating heavy meat and heavy animal products all the time. I've done a cleaner version of sad. I've been 245, I've been 200, I've been, you know, so I've been a lot of different places with eating and drinking. I've done a lot of diets. I've done different things, not necessarily called a diet to lose weight through the years when I needed to. And it was always a chore. It was always had to restrict, had to cut out something I didn't want, you know, kind of grumpy all the time, constantly having to exercise, do cardio. And with this lifestyle, it was like no thinking about it. I don't have to think, okay, can I eat? And that's why I kind of eat the way I do and the certain foods that I do, even though it may not be the optimal way to do things, is I like that concept. I like not having limits. I like eating food that there's no limit on. That's why when people say sometimes, well, you can eat this food, but you have to limit it in this. I don't like limits. Now I know I'm eating some food that have to have limitations on them, but that's why I like my bananas and fruit so much, because I don't have to sit around and go, okay, I can have 4 of these today. I ate a banana, ate a banana, ate a banana, ate a banana, and I keep eating it until I don't want bananas anymore. So yeah, that's just it. I've found like I could probably, I wouldn't want to, but I'd go nuts because I'm dying to get back to doing something physical. But yeah, I think I could probably do no exercise for the rest of my life other than maybe just a little bit of walking just to keep my circulation going. And I just don't think I would gain weight. I may get redistributed. It might, you know, 2-3 years from now, if I didn't work out, might be a little bit less in the shoulders and through here and more softer in the middle, but still. Anyhow, I hope you can get something beneficial out of there today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.